There's been a paradigm shift in the housing market. Pay attention and you'll understand what's going on and how to use this dramatic change to your advantage. And if you're wondering how the housing market is faring through mid-May in 2021, then today's real estate market update will be perfect for you. I use the data from the Tallahassee real estate market, but I can tell you that regardless of where you are in the U.S., this report will mirror your market too. Perhaps some of the price ranges would be different, but the message would be the same. Through the use of 5 graphs and a table, I will walk you through current housing market conditions and reveal to you exactly what you will encounter if you were to sell and/or buy a home today. The analysis includes year-over-year and year-to-date comparisons, mortgage interest rates, plus the months of supply of homes for sale, and concludes when I reveal the paradigm shift in the market that has changed how homeowners should go about selling their homes and buying their next ones. Once you understand this paradigm shift, you will be better prepared to succeed when you enter the market. Without this understanding, you'll be left hurt and disappointed and likely leave money on the table in each of your transactions. I have included a link below to the list of current homes for sale in Tallahassee, and you should take note of how many of them are already under contract with buyers. Hi, I'm Joe Manassa, author of The Business of Getting Business and the creator of Manassa.com, where I've helped tens of thousands of people buy and sell homes. I would like to help you too. If you already are a subscriber, thank you and welcome back. If you're not a subscriber, please consider becoming one now. We offer the most thorough and accurate housing market reports on YouTube, plus answers to your real estate frequently asked questions, and we also provide virtual tours of some of the most beautiful homes in Tallahassee. Please remember to like this video, then hit subscribe and click the bell so that you're the most informed buyer or seller in your next real estate transaction. To understand the paradigm shift in the housing market, you first have to understand the conditions that have led us to this change. We'll start with activity in the market and work towards revealing an understanding of the overall conditions today. The first graph in today's report shows how each month's sales compared with the same month the year prior. We refer to this as the year-over-year home sales report. Year-over-year home sales comparisons provides insight into the market changes by removing the seasonal changes in the market. For example, we only compare April to April or August to August, so the time of year fluctuations are not a factor in the changes that we find. Year-over-year home sales rose 22% in April, registering the 8th straight month of gains and a growth streak in 9 of the past 10 months. Considering how COVID was sweeping through Tallahassee at this time last year, I expect to see the streak continue in May and June at least. The next graph in our report measures the total number of home sales in Tallahassee from January through April of each year. We call this the year-to-date home sales report, and it lets us know how the current year's market compares with those from the past. The first thing that grabs my eye is that the market is very strong in 2021, as there have been 14% more homes sold through April in 2021 than there were through April in 2020. Following the dashed line from right to left shows that the current rate of sales makes 2021 through April the third best year on record and very close to number 2 in 2005. The biggest difference that I'm seeing on the streets today versus what I observed in 2005 is the number of speculators in the market. Back in 2005, many baby boomers had recently pulled their money out of the stock market and were buying real estate to flip, often buying new construction homes and selling them right away for a profit. This increased inorganic demand only increased the pace of new construction, and when homes could no longer be flipped for a profit, we saw inventory stockpile to very unhealthy levels that resulted in a housing bubble. The majority of today's buyers are organic. They are buying the homes for their personal use. This means that when demand declines in the future, it won't leave the market flush with supply, as we saw in 2006. Remember, it was investors who created the crazy demand nearly 20 years ago, but something different is fueling demand today. Next, we'll explore the primary driver of the demand in the housing market. Demand is very high due to the excellent home affordability that is the result of historic low mortgage interest rates. With the economy still recovering from COVID, it would not surprise me to see these low rates continue until some real progress is made in terms of unemployment and GDP growth. But you just have to know that there's too much historic proof that interest rates go through cycles, and this cycle has run a long time. When I started my career in real estate in 1991, the 10-year average for mortgage interest rates was more than 12%. This means the typical homeowner was paying more than 4 times the interest that today's home buyers are paying. 4 times. Take that for perspective. Money's very cheap today, and it's helping buyers purchase more home for the money. There are some who think they are now in a new age where interest rates will be low forever, but they have not done their homework. If you think that times have changed and that historic norms won't return, I urge you to read This Time It's Different, 8 Centuries of Financial Folly, and you can find a link to it below on Amazon. The book explains how many smart people over the past 800 years wrongfully concluded that cycles were no longer in place. The inventory of homes for sale in Tallahassee has gone from far too low to even lower. To say that there are not enough homes for sale is a gross understatement. This graph measures the relative inventory of homes for sale, meaning the current supply of homes relative to the current rate of demand, expressed in months of supply. One interpretation is that the current 3 months of supply of homes for sale is only enough to satisfy a quarter of the home buyers for the next 12 months. Typically, we like to see 6 months of supply, which we refer to as market equilibrium, represented by the gold band in the graph. When relative supply exceeds 6 months, we call this a buyer's market. When relative supply falls below 6 months, we refer to this as a seller's market. What you are viewing here is a seller's market for the ages. This table shows the non-seasonal relative supply of homes for sale in Tallahassee by area and price range, meaning the average relative supply over the past 12 months. Areas shaded in red reveal sellers' market conditions where more inventory is greatly needed. Areas shaded in orange are severe buyer's market conditions, where more buyers are needed and where we have all the supply that we need for quite some time. Unshaded areas are in equilibrium, where neither sellers nor buyers have an advantage in the market. The bottom line shows overall conditions for each area, with the entirety of Leon County experiencing severe seller's market conditions. The right column shows that the overall market at prices below $550,000 also exist in a seller's market. The final graph in today's report shows us visually what it's like trying to buy or sell a home in Tallahassee today. It shows the status of all listed properties, with blue lines measuring the listed homes that are under contract, while the red lines show listings that are still available. The green line reports the percentage of current listings that are under contract with buyers. The supply of homes is woefully short of meeting the current demand from buyers. Thus, the majority of homes for sale are already under contract with buyers. 70% of active listings have contracts with buyers versus just 40% 1 year ago. This means that when buyers go online and look at homes for sale, 7 out of 10 listings are not really available. The supply of homes for sale is far too low for buyers to be able to casually shop for a home. And the situation's getting worse, not better. The dashed green line plots the 12-month average of the under contract trend, and we've now seen it exceed 50%. We had never seen this trend hit 40% until last year, and now it's exploding through the roof. As crazy as it sounds, I think next month's report will show an even higher percentage of homes under contract. This is why there are bidding wars among buyers for most homes when they hit the market, and it's causing a fairly new dynamic to form in the market. This is the paradigm shift that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Historically, it was fairly normal for us to advise sellers to wait until their home was under contract before they went under contract to buy their next home. If they needed to sell their home as a condition to purchase, they really had no other choice. We had to make sure that they were going to be able to close on their current home before they committed to buying another one. But today, we have sellers not wanting to list their home until they first get the next one under contract because they are concerned that they will sell their home and then they'll have no place to go. It's an interesting paradigm shift for somebody like me who's been selling homes in Tallahassee for the past 30 years. If you find yourself in this position, come in and talk to us about solutions we've provided for many of our recent clients. We can help you enjoy a low-stress move without the worry of having nowhere to go once your home is sold. We look forward to speaking with you and making you as happy as all our other past clients. If you would like to see more videos about our top tips for home buyers, I've assembled a great playlist that you can view by clicking on the box on the top left corner of your screen. For a playlist of top tips for home sellers, just click on the box below it. Please remember to like this video, check out the links below it, and subscribe to our channel so that you never miss anything.